Good morning, Division 2, and welcome to a new week. As we start this week, I want to start off with communication. I want to thank you for your work so far, both parents and students, as we have settled into this new reality. It has been a strange few weeks of trying to figure out how to teach online and probably as well how to learn online and what kind of structures we have to work with in order to do that. So I just wanted to say a sincere thank you to both parents and students for the efforts that you're putting in to make sure that students have a continuity of learning as we face this pandemic. The daily check-in tasks continue to be my most favorite thing. They bring smiles to my face every day. They make me laugh out loud, and I hope they do for you too. From silly walks to fort building to creative art pieces, it's just been a lot of fun to see our class community enjoy each other's personalities, albeit remotely. That has been such a huge community builder for us. I know this whole thing is challenging when it comes to the rest of the content areas like language arts and math. And so I want you to know you don't have to do this without support. Parents, if you think you have to teach everything by yourself, please try to take that off your shoulders and lean on me or lean on some of the EAs that are here to support us doing that work. Please reach out. It is really hard as we reach out to students to gauge how everyone is really doing. I've been trying to reach out to students as often as I can through chat when my schedule permits. But 12 and 13-year-olds often give one-word answers, very often in fact. So just know that I can't really support what I don't know is happening. So if you're struggling, reach out. But if you just want to chat, also reach out. I've had some really positive conversations with what's going on in the kids' lives. So please do know that I'm here for that piece too. Just a reminder that if you want an immediate reply, my office hours are 10 to 12 every single day, but some changes are coming this week for Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'll talk about that in a few moments. Another reason that I bring up the office hours is because I need to also strike a balance for my own mental health. Through this pandemic and figuring out remote learning and instruction, I've been working about 10 to 12 hour days daily, eating into my weekends and time away from my family, and I'm starting to need to draw that line before I get burnt out by this. So just keep in mind that if you message me outside of office hours, there is a very high likelihood there won't be an immediate reply, particularly if it's in the evening or on the weekend days. If you're messaging into those late hours, it's unlikely I'll be able to reply until the next morning or whatever my weekend planning day is. So I'm shooting this video on Sunday. I replied to several students who messaged me on Friday and Saturday through the day. So just keep that in mind. My office hours are the time where you're going to get an immediate response. Anything outside of that, you're probably going to see a delay. The later it is, the more delay is likely. Next, I want to chat about a new application we're going to be using for our math work this week. So late last week, I sent students out a login information piece into their OneNote notebook. That information is in today's OneNote as well in the daily list. But I prompted them to sign into the program called IXL. So it's a math and English program, but we're going to be using it primarily for math because our mathletics program has a few gaps in it curricularly in what content it covers or what content it covers well. So we're going to be using IXL to meet some of our needs in that area right now. Something that you should know about IXL is that the program itself is not completely or perfectly aligned to our grade 7 curricular outcomes. So what I mean by that is sometimes the grade 7 work that we need to do in British Columbia is actually found inside of the grade 6 content inside of IXL, and likewise sometimes the grade 7 content in British Columbia is found inside of the grade 8 content in IXL. Some of the pieces can also go all the way down to grade 4 or 5 in terms of the introduction to a topic inside of that program. So anything I assign, don't be alarmed if you see a lower or higher grade level that you have to click on. Simply means that the program itself, those tasks are inside those grade levels in the program. That's not reflected in our curriculum that way. I also wanted to make an update on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to be decreasing my office hours by an hour on those days. So I will be available from 10 to 11 via chat to connect with students, but I'm going to be offering a virtual math workshop session in that other hour from 11 to 12, and that's going to happen via video call. So the purpose of this is to drop in anytime during that time period, and you can ask questions about our math assignments so far. The reason that obviously I'm not going to be in office hours is because I won't be able to respond immediately when I'm supporting other students with Math Workshop. Okay, so that 11 to 12 period on Tuesdays and Thursdays is where you can come visit with me and access the math support that you need. Each week, I'll be focusing on a specific unit. So this week, we're going to be revisiting algebra, which is the content we left off on before spring break. And we're hoping that through this method that I can support new math curriculum content for the remainder of the year this way. Each week I keep a weekly checklist that tracks all of the different assignments that I have set through the week, and I do that marking on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so students will see those lists reflected and updated by Monday morning, Wednesday morning, and Friday morning. This week the list is up, and I do want you to go through it this week just to make sure that you've completed what you need to. A number of tasks this week were not completed according to criteria, and little small things like being able to check off a box at the top that says, yes, I've completed this task. What that does is it signals to me that you are done editing your task and that you are ready for me to mark it. Otherwise, the expectations for this week will remain the same. The structure is a weekly English Language Arts choice task. This week, I'm expanding to 3 choices this week for students to be able to choose from. A rich math task, which is developed by Mrs. Driver, our vice principal and fellow teacher in Division 1. You can expect some feedback from her, by the way. She's helping support that. And of course, our daily IXL and Mathletics practice. And we have a rotating task for wellness. We are always doing Spirit Buddies and a check-in, but that wellness task of digital citizenship was our previous units. And this week, we're moving into motivation. So that should start tomorrow or Wednesday. Next, I want to talk about a few exciting things that we have on the docket for this week. Last Thursday, we had an awesome Division 2 Town Hall video call, so I want to thank everybody who made it out to that. By the way, if you haven't joined those calls, please do. It's so much fun. We played a game. We have fun. We have a fun chance to catch up and just see each other's faces, so please join us. Even though that call is optional, it's a load of fun. It's what I look forward to the most throughout the whole week. Either way, I left that call with some ideas to move forward into this week and beyond, just to keep this interesting and fun for everybody and to take advantage of some of those learning opportunities we have while working from our homes. So we brainstormed some ideas for optional clubs and workshops now that we're up and running with our weekly work rhythm. The goal is for different teachers to offer different areas of interest, and you can tap into those that you like and leave the ones you don't. You don't have to sign up for any workshops if you don't want to, so if you're not interested, that's a-okay, but you can also sign up for more than one if you choose. Today, on Monday, I'm going to be sending out a form to just gauge some interest in what's offered this week, and I need an answer by Tuesday at 3 p.m. so we can get an idea of numbers to expect. Now, there's no pressure on this. You can sign up and you can not show up if you have to. That's okay. Just we want to know about roughly how many people we're going to be having interested in the workshops. So the workshops for this week are going to be me offering a photography club. So I'm going to be issuing kind of a weekly challenge with some photography concepts. You do need a phone or a tablet to participate in this particular club. And we're going to be meeting this Wednesday for the first time at 1 p.m. to kind of go over some things and issue you your challenge. Okay? Mrs. Lee is going to be offering a music tutorial on Fridays at 1 p.m. and that's for the whole grade 7 group, so not just Division 2, but the whole grade 7 group. Mrs. Moore has also offered to allow students to join her baking club from Division 2, and she is offering that on Friday at 1:30 p.m. Now, we know that there are some conflicts with schedule, but unfortunately, we're working with our own schedule and what our schools allow us to do. Keep in mind, someone like Mrs. Moore, she works for 2 schools and is managing 2 classrooms, so that's why some of these times may overlap. Just like in real life, students are going to have to make some choices about which workshops they want to tap into and which they want to leave behind. Either way, we're excited for this opportunity and hope you'll join some of our workshops so we can explore areas outside of the curricular ones that have been set for us to learn. So that's it for this week, guys. I hope everyone has a wonderful week and always reach out if you need anything. See you online.